that, hey, I'm going to go out and play, or just what do we speculate?
What do you speculate?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want to speculate. When you're an athlete playing at a high level, you compete, and you don't sit here and you say, well, my toe hurts or my knee hurts or my foot hurts. Everybody's got nicks and bruises and stuff at this time of year. So, it hasn't been the ideal postseason for Steph, obviously, with the injuries and the stops and starts to his playoff run. But it doesn't matter. Everyone deals with stuff. I mean, ask Oklahoma City, the injuries they've dealt with over the years in their playoff runs. Doesn't matter. You play, you do your best, you give whatever you can, and you see what happens.
Amberly, I also read that letter on Facebook. It sounded to me like it was more than just getting them to come early. I mean, there was you were encouraging them. There was something about fueling the team. Can you talk to me a little bit about what it means to be back home and what you hope this will help you guys do?
Well, our crowd has always been great, and tonight, obviously, we want them to be as loud as possible. And I've been a part of so many of these playoff series as a player and now as a coach, and things can change quickly. Momentum can change, and a good game in front of your home crowd can infuse a team and change the course of things. So that's what we're hoping.
Oh, Steve, during your playing career, I should have been speculated about it. But did you ever face an elimination game like this? And if so, how did it work out, and what do you bring from that to this?
I faced lots of them. I think I played in maybe 3 game 7s. I think in 15 years, played in the playoffs maybe 13 of the 15. I was lucky. I was on a lot of great teams. So that would mean with 5 titles, that means 8 other times we lost and went home. So it's I don't really draw on any of that. It's this is a totally different series, different circumstance. So what we're most concerned with is being us again and playing the way we can play. And I'm confident that we'll do that. But I'm not drawing on any memories from my playing days.
Steve, we talked about Steph. We talked about Draymond's issues certainly the last 2 games. How much of those two things are connected, where one is playing off the other, or they're not getting what they need from the other?
It's hard to say if they're connected or not. Obviously, those two have a great synergy when they play together, the pick and roll combination, all that. But I'm sure they've had plenty of games this year where one played well and the other didn't. I think I tend to give the opponent credit. They've played excellent defense on our guys, particularly the last 2 games in OKC. Their defense was great, and so it's up to us to respond. And that's what this is about. Steph and Draymond are all-stars, first and second team All-NBA, all that stuff. And with that comes a great responsibility. And they both not only accept that, but they embrace it. And so the only thing you can do is come back and try to play well, and I think they will tonight.
Monty Pools, the playoff series, there's always talk about adjustments from game to game. You see coaches make them, players make them. We talked to Steph about that this morning, and he said if you're Oklahoma City, you don't need to make any adjustments. You just keep doing what you're doing. What's your take on them, and as far as what you can do in terms of adjustments going forward tonight and beyond, if you get that far?
Well, I'm not going to talk about adjustments,
well,
obviously,
right.
but they've obviously played very well. They made some subtle adjustments after game 2 that they've been successful with. We've made a few adjustments, during the first 4 games from one game to the next. But they have the upper hand, obviously, especially the last 2 games. They really took it to us. So yeah, we've got to do some different things, and we will. And I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Hey, Steve, I'm wondering,
at your shoot around this morning, was the mood or the tenor different than it has been even for recent playoff games?
Well, it was a little different just because we haven't faced elimination in the last couple of years. So it's definitely different. We didn't expect to be in this position, but here we are. So we take the opportunity at hand, and a home game in front of our crowd. We play well here, a chance to turn the tide again. So that's our goal.
Jeff 215. Steve, before this series, you say that the pass is the theme of this series. So now, how do you describe the pace of this series so far?
What is the theme of the series?
Pace. Sorry.
The pace.
Yeah.
The pace. Well, both teams like to play fast, and obviously on their home floor, they won that battle. They got going downhill against us. Game 4, we had way too many turnovers. Game 3, it wasn't turnovers; it was more bad shots and not executing offensively and not making shots. We've actually had some good shots the last couple of games, but we haven't been in our flow. And again, I give them the credit. They played good defense and they got the game going in their direction.
Steve, I know you're not.
You're going to continue to pry, though, aren't you, Mike?
Yeah. Have you considered lineup changes? Considered.
So this is like a halfway question?
You can say yes. It's a yes or no question.
Maybe.
Oh, get out of here.
Do you have any other prying questions that I'm not going to answer?
Yep.
He's got one right there.
Ask him a lineup.
Yeah.
Hi Steve, your coach, your team hasn't faced this kind of adversity, and this team is not used to losing like this. Do you feel that when you've been so successful during the season and since last year, it's more difficult to deal with this mentally?
Well, if that's the case, it's a good problem to have. We've been winning at a very high rate the last 2 years. Won the championship last year. We're in the conference finals. We're not used to being down 3-1, and that's awesome. I hope we don't get used to it. But all we have to do is look at it, take it play by play, take it, quarter by quarter. You just play, and whatever happens, happens. The great thing about sports, honestly, is that you get these challenges that really test you. But it's still basketball. It's still a game. It's fun to play. And we need to go have fun and play well, and we'll see what happens. Thanks.